And everyone's so preoccupied with everything else. This timing could not have been better. Out of bullets, doesn't matter. Still lethal. CNED, what a way to kick this off.
An impressive retake there. Like you said, yes, it was... I mean, as soon as Rhyme gets into heaven there, he finds the damage but can't close out that kill. And CNED brute forcing past the paint shells, secure that win. And actually elsewhere, I mean, utility invested on that retake was perfectly timed for Ascend. At that point, I mean, they can buy a little bit of time, but end up mattering. NIP this time around. Pros once again, they do collect the ult orb over on C-Long. Again, Chihuahua going to be tasked fake some of this presence. But again, look at the lean towards C from Ascend. They have CNED over in B site, Coldamenta deep on A-Long, so they're going to get some early information here. He does actually have his recon back on cooldown. Gets the peak there. Going to back up, and that's going to draw CNED
Take flight.
keyless over this direction.
Not seen much info at this point, and you can see that NIP now changing approach, at least at this point. They've caused a rotation. They're going to hit B, maybe feeling that's where your most flex player is going to be, but there is already one player here. Free is going to hop on in, though. Nice adjustment towards the back of sight. Keyless does finally abscond away, decides indulging in being here wouldn't be the right idea, but CNED's got all the right ideas again. This man's feeling confident, and we get to see a damn good show. CNED's just going to kind of re-aggress on this, and yes, Chihuahua can still do some work, but not enough to make it count. CNED is off to a belting start. The money's going to be fantastic for him, and another round on the board.
Already got himself at 6-0, so going to have that Blade Storm online. Effectively, really here, no investment on the side of NIP, so
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
be a buy back in for them, but again, they kept, what, 3 alive there, so even if they do need to, could drop that weapon across. Whether or not CNED's going to opt for, you're looking like he might be. See the ghost up on the UI there, and actually take a couple of Spectres here, so they're going to try and build some momentum here with this win, this round win at least.
Different look with Omen coming over towards his side previously, but Rhymes just walked up long.
Okay.
There was...
I guess he got ahead of the recon, and
yeah,
it wasn't him that shot it, so no audio cue given over, but Coldamenta wise to it.
now the ninjas are left with a predicament on their hands. They've lost out on one, found no real info for it either. So at this point, CNED's just dying to get in there. If he finds a way through, okay, so Sky gonna find a bit of info for them. CNED still poised, waiting patiently. The flash comes in, tries to take a swing on Kree, and Kree's had none of that. None of what you're trying to sell, and now Starkso put to task already. Overwhelmed, plenty of players. NIP with a great burst towards B. The lineup, Chihuahua light work, makes it look so simple for him.
That's right. Again, a nice pivot back off. Yes, Rhyme drifts up to A side, but again, it just so happens, obviously, they still have CNED and Starso holding on to B side, but NIP readjust. Calculated execution onto B site nonetheless. This will be interesting. Again, we always talk about, you know, teams keeping defenders aware of the possibility B gets hit. And with the way that Ascend is set up, with how heavily they are leaning towards C, I'm interested to see if NIP can really, I guess, find that out, discover what their default is here.
As it stands, I'm feeling it's hard to read, considering B's tricky to get into, right? You don't often head towards B on a buy round. But, I mean, if you can cause rotation, sure. A's been put up a fight like this. Coldamenta posted up again, takes a fight, finds existence. And that's big info found. That was, you know, the spike there. Probably saw it being dropped as he got the kill on him, potentially. So they could read into that intention. Now they can fall away, and they've gained everything. Now Rhymes found a bit of room to work. Now bear in mind, Ascend are playing deep here. They are sitting deep on these sides. So NIP, yes, they can get close, but this flash is good. Starkso needs to land. It does. Doubles down on it, flash out again. He knows he's done well here, but now he gets a little bit paranoid about the garage presence. Right to be paranoid. Oh, out of the air, Rhyme gets plucked. Oh, dearie me, Starkso jumps over, but it's actually looking pretty good. The support's there in the right place, and Ascend hold it.
Yeah, just a really, really nice play from Starzo there to hold down the fort. Now they build a little bit of momentum. Expect CNED to obviously pick up that operator at some point. He's off the ultimate. I'm not sure if it... No, it does look like he's going to take the Vandal through in this one, but... That's the point at which, you know, once CNED gets the operator on board, he can kind of be that presence in mid. He can play B site. He can play on top. He just peek through window. He can look for these cheeky angles. Going to create a big issue for NIP.
Different look. Look at the switch up again. We have Sky over here now, which has now been noted. And they've got Jet. So, again, these switch ups are so hard to read into, I feel. Previously, we've seen Sova here, Omen here. These are fluid approaches, but a very all-encompassing hit now. The flashes get poured into, put it all down and hope for the best, but Kriya's already got through it. Flashed up, he was blind, but he still finds it, and CNED's got there in time to support as well. He fell away at the start, getting away from that really, really pressured hit, but now the spike's still not planted.
That's it. Going to tap that out. It's going to draw Paranoia through. Actually, Ryan and Kriya will find kills. Bone Cold will respond. CNED as well. Existence shuts down the last, but it comes down to a 1v1. Actually, Existence down 30 HP, so incredibly close. NIP just happy to sit there and anticipate the push from Ascend. Because here, double swing, so good.
One enemy remaining.
You know, unfortunately, just can't break away and break that angle. But Existence stuck in that smoke. I mean, there's a reality where he does actually manage to dash away from that.
100%. I was waiting for honestly to be another Ascend round. Luckily, Existence is solid as a rock, it feels. And I'm waiting to see if NIP are able to get a good read on this, because in the first map, of course, it was a couple of rounds where they were being dictated to by Ascend. And it made Ascend look fantastic, of course. They've been kind of complimented here by CNED having a belting start. But NIP, I want to see that slow build back in. I want to see what they work out, because they're very progressive in the way they approach the game, it feels. They have that really good kind of read on it mid-game, and now they've broken the money. This could be a couple rounds on the trot.
Indeed, and again, I hate to keep leaning into it, but, you know, once they do find that momentum in a few rounds, quick succession, look for the switch up on the side of Ascend, but...
Yep.
NIP now, actually. First time, maybe this is the old orb once again, but with the spy cam here and some trapwires set up on the flank, maybe NIP actually going to force through onto C site.
This is interesting. Keep in mind, Kriya does have the spike, and it's the first time we're not seeing that dedicated 3-place stack towards C. It's 2, and I guess Sky towards Garage. This is a little bold. I guess information found, and then coupled with Rhyme, it cracks open the site. There is still Jet here. CNED's still around. Goldamenta's down a little bit of work, making a lot of work, finding Existence as well. I didn't expect him to get a second with this. Now, Goldamenta sadly can't capitalize on all that mayhem. There could have been a world where he maybe, you know, nabbed a gun away, was able to kind of get involved, but now he's left with a classic and light armor. This round suddenly becomes very heavily favored towards NIP. Good damage.
Revealing area.
He gets the headshot now. Yeah, will force his way through. Upgrades to the Vandal now. 3 on the round. And both players spotted as well, so I don't want to say there's a chance, Lauren, but
it's slim. If they give him a 1v1, they have allowed this to happen. Now, the adjustment there from JD is excellent. He can sit a little bit closer towards Long. I almost want him to fold into that, but he's fine there. 2 very hard angles to clear, especially coming out of a smoke. They've made it difficult there. So NIP, considering that actually Ascend didn't have much that round, they made a lot of it off the back of that ult.
it did indeed. Now, Ascend back on, and CNED with the operator in hand. Expect him to be switching it up consistently, trying to find these picks, but NIP now, and this is something we talked about on Ascent, right? Once they kind of find a hole, they find a gap.
Yes.
They tend to lean that way heavily. And once again,
Right
over
here.
on C long.
Okay, already, this is very nice. I love the way they're using these ultimates to clear side itself. Now, Bone Cold's still here, though, so having to put a lot more utility towards the back of it, but luckily, Korea seemed to have his number this entire game. Unfortunate for Bone Cold, that kind of scenario we saw happening on short in map 1 has translated here. Now the ultimate gets invested, they know where they are remaining. They can set up incredibly strong post-plant positions.
Indeed, and that's the utility spam coming in onto steps. Ooh, Nina actually just catches a barrel, and Chihuahua, he drifted away from Flat there. The flash comes through. Nina, it's going to be difficult here for him to get anything done with the operator on the retake. Does get traded out. Starzo, though. He's over the 1v2 now. Korea down to 6 HP, so definitely doable.
Korea just has to sit in, though. Stark shouldn't have this. Yeah, it doesn't. They're really good at nailing these down. Whoever's... Again, it's hard to kind of strat that, but they're just very aware of where danger can come from. They're very cognizant. And it seems like, again, there was a little bit of a threat, but Korea, if Korea moved, there was a chance he was going to get caught anyway. He had to kind of commit to that kind of... You know, the back boxes on the side, but again, the smoke coming in, making it incredibly hard work for Stark. So to be able to find a favorable 1v1, there it is.
So that's potentially lesson learned for NIP now. Oh, Ascend also. Leave C site open. I think they're going to pop the Blade Storm off the rip. Actually, you can see Bone Cold looking for something in mid at least, but NIP going to hold strong for the time being. They're anticipating a little bit of aggression on this round, maybe off the back of that Blade Storm getting popped. Sender pushing through.
The Owl drone should have given away the game that they were trying to aggress through middle, and I think Rhyme definitely caught on to it, but by that point they'd already gone quite close. Bone Cold did find one, but he's still in this. We've got to keep our eyes on Cena because he's the one who can make the big difference here. Does have knives out to play with, so Spike's still kind of in a bit of a predicament here. They do outgun them, of course, on NIP this round, but
Scanning ahead.
maybe
I have the spike.
clearing out. Forced to use utility now, and they can progress towards the side, but you can see the kind of consideration. There is a chance that someone could be tucked away here, just trying to play the corners. Rhyme very well. Maintaining position, making sure no one's getting a cheeky flank on.
I like that as well. They have to hold on to those weapons. Don't want to give Ascend
30 seconds
a way
left.
back into this round. Colamenta gonna get pretty existence. Close the fault line. It forces him out into the open. Fina does pick up a Vandal. Flash gonna come through. Don't think you caught a glimpse of him there. You can see existence still second guessing this. I think Cena might just opt to do a little bit of damage. Yeah.
Oh, kill him.
Thundering through. It's a decent amount of time left. They're facing this. Okay, JD got enough
That's
damage on the
the bad
first tag
team.
that it wasn't so much of a problem. I get a little scared when it's CNED left, and he's still got, you know, the knife to play with. He's got himself the Vandal. Like he was very much geared up to take that fight.
Was indeed, but NIP hold on to that one. After initially, you know, it looked like Ascend had got deep enough. They were maybe able to isolate a couple of 1v1s, but NIP just happy to sit there, hold on to lobby. Like I said, keep control of those weapons. As soon as they get the man advantage, they're then happy. They can walk up to A. They know that they then have a 2v1 or even a 2v2 worst case scenario with weapons. Oh, CNED.
So quick. Goes in again. Now, one did make it across. Omen, of course, does have that luxury. CNED's done his damage. He can back away now. Okay, I'll float over towards the next site. Maybe switch up. Puts over here. We can switch around positions. NIP struggling to make progress, and I love mobility in Oppers. I think it's a huge skill to be showing presence everywhere. Keep everything hard to read.
Because now, and actually, yeah, look at him. He's flipped all the way to the other side of the map right now. We're going to take a peek through sewers. Right, NIP, yeah, he might catch that one. He does. JD will fall.
Spike down A.
He's going to find another angle altogether now. Korea will find a kill on the other side of the map. Bone Cold falls. Seekers, though, going to give a lot of information over to Ascend. Maybe not expecting this second player. Oh, Colamenta might have just caught. He did. Korea will fall. That's going to pull the rotation now. Look at the Seekers. They're going so deep now. The gig's up.
Yeah, there's no way out of this. They're cornered. You've got CNED watching their back. They can't actually leave this area. They know exactly where they are, so it's guns at your side. Chihuahua's good for one. And now a 2v3 begins. He didn't take that much damage. Starkso opting for a deeper angle because he knows that Garage is safe. But oh my god, Existence! That was so well played. With the cage being used, just cut the angle off. But now the 1v2, and sadly for Existence, he took so much damage initially.
Yeah, that was
couldn't make anything else from it. But
hey, it looked promising right there,
but it was well controlled in that round. Credit-wise, I've got to still say, CNED, I love that versatility. Shows presence towards C-Long. Okay, now I adjust.
Actually, right there, looks like was the camera active there? I'm not sure.
Spike.
That looked a little weird. Yeah, if the spy cam had caught that information to see it up top, that Rhyme still swung on C-Long. But sure, I guess maybe it wasn't communicated as quickly as necessary, but now CNED once again looking for something in the early round. Couldn't find anything in mid. Actually, 3 players drifted over towards A here for Ascend, and actually, yeah, the spy cam is watching over long. There's a trap wire there as well, but committing to the retake here, and I guess that's on the back of the Hunter's Fury.
Let's see. That's crazy.
So far, this
free sight.
It should get them at least a spike plant, I feel, at this point. Existence the one to toy with that. No one close enough to make any sort of playback in just yet. Okay, first contact made. Rhyme now knows that there's a problem coming his way. He's kind of dedicated towards this. CNED has the first glimpse as well through Garage. It's not just the one player, that's now going to be 2, but already the retake going to start mounting in towards it as well. You've got the ultimate being popped. Let's see if there's any connections. Coldamenta does find Existence. Now he needs a little bit more. Flash towards the back box on site. That's going to be Korea now put towards Notice, but JD's found one. CNED, though, flanked! Chihuahua from nowhere goes around the world, but it does not matter. The rifles outdo the pistols, and we have the defuse.
That's great retake.
Get that operator back up as well. A nice retake, and actually,
My commentation isn't all the way there. I'm just kind of watching
to kind of create that chaos for Ascend to kind of swarm through in that retake.
Let the commentators do their job.
Was still coming over across from A site. I'm not entirely sure, but they find value nonetheless. It clears out, again, 2 of the more difficult angles to clear. I think it was backside and onto default, so nobody could play deep, tucked into default. Which, of course, for them, I mean, with an IP down on sheriffs and whatnot, you don't want to be charging in.
Okay.
We'll be back live again later, though.
Great. Honestly, I'm impressed from both sides.
Right now, I'm just kind of watching this. I gotta go somewhere here in a bit. So
like they've got a good grip on it. Once they get to the sites, their default, I don't blame them because we have seen apples of aggression, and it's just the kind of ninja way it looks like for now. And now here's going to be JD popping this down to get them on the site. We saw this hit before, very similar. Nothing too crazy about it, but CNED's quite close. I wonder if
I feel like it's kind of a waste
the flashes have kept him at bay for now.
of his ult.
Once again, a 5v5 post plant.
Like, there are better ways to attack or push on
once
to site.
Again, gonna get himself to back site.
He saw him there.
Smoke goes down. That's a lot of time getting burnt up here.
Oh, wow.
He gets 2 for it. He's going for more. He's got Rhyme by his side. CNED's just going to get out of there if he can. That OP wants to keep it, and he's going to fight for it. But that post plant, man, again, Chihuahua, this guy, value to his work is always paramount.
That was
we'll hold on to the operator. 3 of NIP will survive, and the 2 a 6-5 scoreline.
Last round in the half.
A quick look at the economy actually on the side of Send after this replay.
That was nuts.
But again, when the spike kind of gets planted uncontested like that, it's so difficult to really structure that retake, especially with no flank.
He nipped his shoulder.
Nobody
it's still just
was drifted towards C-Long, so it's pretty much 4
too
players that are forced down steps.
Such a close half, and normally you talk about like map side bias, like which one's easier to play. These 2 teams seem so well versed in this. I don't feel it's like what we saw with Ballista, for example, where they're very favorable on one side. I feel as though these 2 almost navigate past that.
Low-key be forgetting that this is like
I said, looking at the money, I'm seeing a Bulldog coming out, Bone Cold. I imagine there
go and
nice, a bit
actually
of
see the highlights of the players, I'd be like, yeah, why don't you
spot, but
fucking
Zenit's
shoot
still
through the
able to get the
smoke?
op, of course,
I'd be like,
keeping that.
I'd be tripping.
And does have the option to go towards the knives if fancied, but being entrusted with a lot of pressure on this A site. To check deep enough, Rhyme's got his angle.
Wow, that's
Rhyme
rough.
held that deeper angle, maybe expecting CNED to go fact-finding again.
And actually,
Lost
for
it
Rhyme to
up,
hold
too.
that angle as well. CNED was actually expecting it. Lamenta, when he hears this Aldo, and if he peeks this is dead. Oh. Oh,
He got
okay.
one.
Still finds one.
And the TP around the back as well. Keep eyes towards that. Bone Cold suddenly going to be a problem. That's going to keep Chihuahua's eyes trained towards it, but his killer's on the site. Finds JD. That's sick.
Damn.
Out of the air. Ryan goes down. And now you're going to have the trade out kills. Bone Cold finds his value, and now it's just existence. Blinded and pushed back.
That's another thing about Sky. I
6-6
can't.
again.
I mean, that's why I like using Sky. I can't stand to play against her. Fucking flash after flash. And then, yeah, the paranoia came
Ascend
through. That
holding
was
strong,
just,
man. I'm actually surprised once
was
again
rough.
by them. This team keeps impressing me. That's a fantastic shot there from Keyless. It's a
great shot.
I have to take a look. Really, I mean, this kind of falls onto NIP, right? We know how Haven plays out. It does rely on the defensive team kind of looking for that early territory control. Whether or not Ascend are going to be able to set up to greet it. You see initially on the pistol round here, can't read into it too much, but a triple stack over towards A long from NIP. If they can find anything off this.
Ooh, Nade's huge. CNED's in trouble.
Yeah. A little bit of a tag there from a bullet. It stopped his movement momentum.
Oh. No escape. Bone Cold just going to be powering forward. They've got to check their corners here. There is that Cypher touch on the side. They check it, but only for a second. And Chihuahua only needs that second. He's so quick. And now the flash comes through. He's in no man's land. He can't get out of that stock, so we'll punish. There was a player on the side the entire time. Korea was waiting in case needed. Now stock, so going to be put to the knees. Nothing more this round. NIP. You got to say it though, the nade certainly helped out. The little tag that came towards CNED, but that burst on the site was so well controlled by Chihuahua.
Yeah, Chihuahua tucked deep and Korea there with the paranoia just for good measure. Again, to hold strong as well on C after, obviously you note the Jet and the Cypher presence over in A lobby. Because yeah, the timing on the
he like quick checked that, and I guess he just didn't look into it far enough. Or he thought the Cypher was gonna look into it.
Dry. I mean, we'll see Ned gonna throw a sheriff at it.
That sucks. It's unfortunate.
At least.
I feel like they could have got him. Like one of them would have looked.
The flash is perfect, but Bone Cold actually wins that one.
I don't know how.
Maybe
yes. Rhyme, that could have been a little sketchy, but no, JD, they're just showing off now. These ghosts. They've got the good version, the one that just hits the ladies perfectly. I like that. How do I get that one? Is it the skin? I'm not sure. Chihuahua on the prowl. It's CNED left with I'm edgy and I still like Linkin Park a great deal sort of sheriff here. Not gonna get anything else for it. Did find one. 2 players found. If it's 3, I start talking about the damage to the economy. 2 isn't too much to really worry about.
Not gonna matter too much. Actually, not even gonna play. Well, I guess a little bit of money saved through from this, but distance down on 3,500. Have to see what chucks in. 2 Spectres kept and 2 Vandals on the board for the time being. Yeah, Existence actually going to come through on the rifle himself.
Watched Pitch Perfect the other day, and
progression-wise,
the
nobody
fucking song was
really
stuck in my
close. I
head.
guess Chihuahua on the neural theft is the closest. CNED and Starzo halfway for Ascend. Whether or not we see them make a play for any of these orbs. Actually, yeah, Ryan going to try and convert this weapon. Look at that. Finds Keyless early on. He's going to keep forcing through.
Absolute mad lad. I guess you've got Spectres try and use him? I don't know. That was pretty brave.
Picking each other up.
And Existence now on 5 HP. 5 HP! He's still taking this fight. Are you kidding me? Right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, my man is definitely dead. What the fuck just happened?
No. Yep, wait, no. Oh, this is weird. Okay, no, okay, so now they found it, but no, they have no idea there's another mid they've got to have done. They've heard the shot towards the trap wire, I believe. But Bone Cold now... What is this round? Okay, Bone Cold now has been noted. Gets forced away. Nice work back, though. Bone Cold doing damage here. Trying to keep him on their toes. And now the 1v1!
My goodness.
How did that just happen?
Was lit.
No right to it. Absolutely none, and he just takes it.
Lothar, tell us straight, break down the analysis on that one, because I'm speechless.
That's what I
No
need to
clue.
do next. Just noggins, bro.
How that just played out that way.
Straight to the forehead. Every
we
time.
take them, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know how they'd flanked each other, yet then lost after seeing the spike there, taking the fight mid, not noticing that the trap wire was shot. There was a lot of things that round.
They kind of played that bad, though, I feel like. I feel like they should have,
Yes, like me coming out.
not just sat there and pushed that. They had spikes, so there was no reason to sit there and push. They could have just
now I believe in the
remained calm
leadership,
and
let's say, that they can
chill.
stabilize, but that will
But
certainly
they
be
pushed
your
up,
notice.
took the L right there, then they
Let's have a
stayed
look at
back.
what we see coming into this one.
A weird buy back into this if you look at NIP. Career on the Bucky, Rhyme and Chihuahua on the Vandals. Not sure if that was, I guess, economy dependent. They can still buy into the next, or we'll have to take a look afterwards. Bone Cold is going to find Kriya peeking garage doors with a Bucky. Yeah, not usually how we get used, but let's see. Bone Cold going to force all the way through and finds Rhyme as well. Chihuahua now got it all to do stop this, but Bone Cold puts the brakes on for the time being because they're exploring A.
Yeah, that was...
That's good, but it's a little late. Already Existence is going to be under so much scrutiny over here. Spike's going down. There's no getting out of that one. Tina has a little glimpse. Sees
That'd have been
nothing through
tough.
Beacon, so they can be at least... I don't want to say certain, but I think they're backing away from this.
Wow, I should start playing Jet just to do that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Was a
Coming around
scrappy
here,
investment if they
fine.
can keep 3 alive and retrieve those weapons.
They're just gonna play it out. They're not even gonna...
I'm not even sure what the
They're just gonna
other
save
weaponry was.
well.
You can see Chihuahua and JD gonna grab them to take a look at that economy afterwards, because it was a weird buy. I'll leave it at that.
They're going to go find them.
Very, very weird. And Chihuahua? Where's he just farmed them from? Just
Damn.
farms kills at the end. Alright, I guess that's something. Very odd. Very, very curious. 8-8. Now, kind of jumping back into this, we have seen the kind of swing and roundabout of this one. Now, Chihuahua was when he got the better of Bone Cold, but by this point the side had been taken. I see, so they just ran in towards him. Makes sense.
That's, yeah. I mean, Killers has got to buy the Spectre. Again, losing those, and with Cena investing the Bladestorm, they don't have that extra weapon purchase on hand for the next round. On the side of NIP, 2,500, 2,800 a piece for Kriya and Rhyme, so... And Rhyme doesn't have the Showstopper online.
These guys are really smart with their buying,
That was
too.
just a weird buy in the previous round from NIP. Again, without actually seeing the economy there, I can't quite wrap my head around that one.
Well, if you're here, you don't already follow the Twitch, go ahead.
Especially with a score like this, it's not. Do you know what I mean? It's makes even less sense.
It was a little curious. I'm definitely kind of considering what's going on. It seems like we do have a quick little tech timeout. Maybe a second to try and get a grip on this half, because it has been quite scrappy in a way between, especially a team where, when I look at the Ninjas, of course, they're quite a structured team. And I guess if you're Ascend, we've seen good looks from both sides, right? They both have shown that they have diligence in that aspect. But at this point, there's been some scrappy purchases. I didn't love the, you know, as I said, fighting through Garage. Not just in the corner, but fighting through Garage with the Bucky, for example. It's not a favorable fight when we've seen that already Ascend will play a good default. They'll play a passive default for some time. They're not an all-in team, right? They're very much a kind of, okay, let's see if we can get it. Is anyone being aggressive? We've seen that consistently now. So you can't be surprised by that even in these rounds. And trying to make the gap close happen there, I think, is a little beyond station. And again, apologies for the slight pause here. It'll be just, I believe, Ascend just trying to fix up a little issue they've got. Real quick, I think one of their mouse is having some issues, so they'll be getting that back and ready to go. But 8-8 is still a pretty competitive scoreline between these two. I'm surprised that NIP have been unable to determine the pace as much as they have in previous series we've seen.
Sure, I mean... Really, I'm more so impressed by Ascend kind of showing this much variance to the defensive setup. Not over reliant on this A control, and when they do get it, they are converting it.
I've got your trail.
Already, look at the pace on this one though. Starkso instantly finds Chihuahua. Fast spike plant as well. Anything to stop this? Nothing. It's down and they're already in the post plant. That is mad quick. I love that from the jet play coming out from CNED. Just instantly gets that spike down, falls away, sits in the post plant, and they're left scratching their heads. This pace change coming in is astounding, and it's definitely going to put NIP on the back foot.
Yeah, there's a deep hold in mid as well, which we know how problematic that can be. Actually, bone cold.
Cover going out.
Momentary lapse of concentration. Korea will punish him for it.
They've got to fight this.
Have to.
And already you can see how well that's going. Korea did find one, but it's already been answered, and this is all going Ascend's way. Rhyme's out of there. Rhyme, he can't defuse anymore anyway, but again, the pace change was perfect coming out of that pause. I really like that from Ascend. It's something that teams will like to do, you know, if they want to kind of throw off the scent. They've been playing this kind of more slow, standardized default. Okay, pace change time. Let's just kind of hit straight ahead. I like that a lot. And again, it's hard to prepare for that. What are you meant to do against that sort of play when you can't always consider that to be a traditional round, right?
It's not. And again, now it's the knock-on effect. Look at the economy for an IP. We're getting another Vandal thrown into the mix. We're down on 3,600. Yes, again, distance. Probably the cutoff for where you'd want to be coming into the next round if you want that full purchase, but Spectre invested 1,200. Okay.
Right.
This is why, I guess. Whoop.
Here we go. Yeah, and deep nades to follow. This is great. He's just herding them around. Rhyme and Chihuahua doing serious damage, and still they've got so much mayhem in front of them, just being agents of chaos here. Goldamenta diving in on this Starkso now, trying to work his way through. Nothing is safe. They've got Goldamenta's just watched like 2, 3 players. He knows they're all there. That's a second. There should be a third. He's got him. Ascend. Just absolutely tearing him to shreds. Rhyme still managed to make it out of here, but now look what he's left with. Basically a 1v1 at full health, and then Starks might die to a strong breeze. So let's see what the angle Rhyme works with. Gives his position away by throwing down that paint shell. However, takes the fight on towards the CT side. I love that. But now the 1v1, this is the tricky part. How do you clear this corner well? He's got his ultimate, but I don't know if he'd get away with that fight.
Oh, yeah.
X on his back. He's got time for this. Now Rhyme, gotta make a move, and Bone Cold waits patiently. Oh.
Bone Cold actually looked away for a second.
Second, yeah.
But readjust back onto steps and we'll find the kill. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes it, if you're going to find those kills, yeah, the investment's worthwhile. Just a really unorthodox push through. Rhyme straight in to convert off the back of that recon. And
just a reminder that NIP were dying in the opposing, I guess, team spawn at that point. Like, it was the old switcheroo. It was a mad round at that point, but the full buy comes out, so.
CNED opens up, Chihuahua will fall. But looking for a little bit of information with from the shadows. Distance got to back away from C right now. Does have his ultimate. Rhyme has the showstopper as well, but that's it. Yeah, he's going to get the tag with the Aldrome. May be able to shut down. No, he doesn't find the tag there. Not even going to find the last either. Here comes the showstopper. On top of the Rolling Thunder, everything invested very prematurely.
At 1 minute?
Yeah. No confirmation on the hit coming through there. Korea will find Bone Cold TP into their spawn, but that was strange.
Not sold by that. Maybe there's method to the madness that I'm missing, but yeah, very early to be putting that much invested into it. Spike to be planted. They can do a little damage maybe, but no, actually I think got away from that scot-free. Existence now gets himself ready, and in this post plant they definitely don't have as much to play back in with on this retake. CNED's still around though, trying to find the angle. Existence hasn't dropped just yet. Baits it on the pistol throw, the classic. I swear it's a flash, I promise you, but this ain't Counter-Strike. This is Valorant right now, and you can see it already. Ascend have locked this one down. It was CNED to close it through, but Starkso did very well from that position.
Really it's like we might be going to map 3.
Sure would have been nice to have a Rolling Thunder and a showstopper for that retake, right? I still can't quite understand that. There was the Hunter's Fury was shown, yes, but they still had vision of the long push. They didn't have confirmation anybody was following up on the Hunter's Fury. I mean, actually, circumstantially, they could have just sold the fake off the back of one ultimate there.
This is looking like a third map all day long, which would be Icebox, so... Whoosh. Okay. It's not over yet. NIP, we did see them kind of manage to make those adjustments late game, but I've got to say, Ascend so far have looked very well rounded. Yes, Existence has great deals of information here, but by now the side hit's already coming in. Starkso gonna get a decent fight building. CNED's there, Bone Cold as well. On towards the side we go. TP towards the back, and oh, he's got a freebie. Chihuahua say goodnight, and Gilles there on the trade out on the site. So Spike can be planted once they want to do it, of course, which is right about now.
We have to set up very well for this one. JD obviously knows that one got planted, but the weaponry's funky here on the retake. CNED gonna find Existence. Just JD and Rhyme left standing here. A Bucky and a Sheriff. That a Marshall now. And like Ascend gonna find themselves on map point here.
One enemy remaining.
I'm with you, JD. Last one alive. It's gonna be 12. Soon to be on the board. Kid's gonna find one, but there it is. Traded out effectively, and 12 is on the board for Ascend. And hey, I think we've got a third map coming in. The money was... It's still been in kind of hot water the entire time for NIP. They've not stabilized, really. We've seen them, as said, on the buy, off the buy, on the buy, off the buy. It's not been consistent by any means. And Existence being on 6 kills, normally I don't really care if they're still doing their job, but he's struggling on this, I feel. It's been a harder map for him to make that value noted. Because as I said, we know what happens when Existence has a big game. He can be a game changer in himself. No one's drastically underperforming. I just think Existence could do with a little pick up of pace here. But as said, I take nothing away from Ascend. These guys are performing. And again, NIP, yes, they get a little aggressive, but it's not without answer. Seekers going out as well. Early investments on utility.
Yeah, once again on both sides this time around. Rhyme did come all the way down. Existence down to 30 HP. Just slips away behind default there. CNED not going to catch him. Lots to go. Actually, Rhyme going to find Keyless in Garage. Again, actually now in this scenario, the utility trade-off plays more so into NIP's favour. Real value found from Ascend on the way in.
Said it earlier. I'll say it again.
See what the next step is here.
I'll be back. I'm just streaming this for a little bit. But here we go somewhere. If you're
relatively committed, and I
still want to come hang out, I'll be playing later when I get back. I'm not sure when that'll be.
Now that's a problem, though. That's going to at least hamper that approach.
Don't worry.
Oh, we got the double tag.
Yeah, he did indeed get the tag. There we go. Existence does find Bone Cold. I thought it was going to be another there, but Spike's now planted, and we've got 3 players to try and play this back through. Again, not an easy one. Rhyme's going to be held back, sure, but it's not without pressure coming in on towards it, to the site itself.
What are we doing?
Gets the fight, wins it. Goldamenta goes down, and they've got to know where CNED is. I'm pretty sure they're very aware. 30 HP. No getting away today.
Nice retake. A lovely pinch, actually, deep behind window. Retake control of that and really CNED isolated. I mean, it's the last person you want to be alive in that scenario with the operator. Perfect play from NIP. We'll post their 9th. CNED actually having a blinded map too, to be honest. 24 and 15. The man. The ultimates. Rhyme one off his. Korea one away from his as well. Over on the side of Ascend. CNED has the Blade Storm once again. Goldamenta one off the Hunter's Fury. So those are the 2 playmakers. Ascend's arsenal. Darzo halfway to the Seekers once again.
What the fuck going on?
Bit of a timeout coming in.
Another
Yes, Zen,
timeout.
not sure. But look, I like EU a lot. Alright, but we get to see Tens play today. Just saying. It's almost time. I'm excited.
Almost.
Almost.
I had no idea, Lauren. I wasn't aware.
No, I know.
Damn, I
kind of
want to watch that game.
I know, but you know,
That
here I am
match,
being the
that
traitor.
game.
Not.
I may
I'm
just.
excited to see that game. That'll be happening as well. Obviously, you know, other regions all going on right now, but we are back live with this. Let's keep our eyes trained because this is still map point for Ascend, but the ninjas finally get a bit of money beside them, but again, have to play a flawless end to this if they want OT. A bare minimum to take this map if they want it, otherwise map 3 will be looming. Smoke comes in. Again, it's just CNED making progress up mid for now.
Again, left B open for the taking, so to say. Hey, keep your eye on Existence. He's actually crept into lobby and back down sewers now. Be revealed. Actually, the smoke gonna go down just to block off any push there. He's gonna throw a few bullets in, catch a headshot, but.
So this looks like your standard, not standard, but an A hit with that B lurk. But keep in mind that CNED hasn't. Does he still have an op to play with here, which is a kind of weird way to catch those lurks through B? And they still haven't cleared Rhyme out yet, and that's a problem because Spike's now down. They've got the swing from Existence. That is a perfect combination of players. But there we go, Rhyme just finishes. I thought he was a little late on that peak, but no. Well positioned. CNED did find Chihuahua, even with that op, which is mad. Rhyme's doubled down on this, though. Just,
Wow.
Throws it at Starkso, and CNED trying to clutch this one out now. That's 2 this round. He needs more. 10 seconds. I don't think he's going to be given the fight here. And you can see Rhyme just playing the time. That's perfect work from Rhyme.
Yeah, big round. Big round. Again, I'm fine.
Crazy.
Especially with this scoreline. Throw the showstopper in. Why the hell not? Kill the round. Really, really good setup. And counter peek here from Existence.
These are great
Perfectly
picks.
timed. And then the nade as well. The nade lineup here. Look at it.
Rhyme did very well there. Very well done. And I love that kind of back and forth with him in Existence on that one. 10 to 12 now, double digits have been achieved by the ninjas, but they still need 2 more to force OT. Now the buy is a little sloppy for Ascend, but it's not terrible considering that CNED did have his ultimate, and did being the optimal word, because the ninjas just pushed out mid for the fight.
Yeah, first time really we've seen Ascend fall behind economy-wise. Obviously, stringing the rounds together, and this is the round that NIP opt to go forwards. Initially paying off, but look at the readjustment from NIP. Actually, on the flip side of that, look at Ascend. They do actually set all the way back. Going to try and take some control over A lobby now. Going to see anything. You can see Rhymes playing very, very deep.
Yes.
Bottom of heaven stairs here.
Gamble, really, to be... I guess you're expecting it to be a B hit. I feel is still the...
Yeah.
Just because, you know, they're on pistols, they're on a lighter buy, it's a pretty traditional sense. It's what they went for before, so maybe this is their plan. And it does get a spike plant, but they should be in a better position to play retake. But there's still danger. Starkso and Killer still have weapons, but Existence coming online when needed for his team. The captain hears the call. Katie's there as well. That's a quick cleanup, and the ninjas, I like that. So initial, let's say, attentive play towards middle. They push down, they take down CNED, which is a big scalp to claim regardless. But then the fall around, right? They kind of lean towards C for maybe an easier retake through Garage. That was very well considered if that's the case.
And actually Ascend losing a few rounds on the bounce, but it kind of plays into their favor when you look at the ultimates online. Now they have Bladestorm obviously invested in the previous just to try and convert that round, but Starzo as the Seekers, Hunter's Fury available, Bone Cold as his ultimate also. On the side of NIP though, From the Shadows and the Rolling Thunder available. But Ascend now back on the full buy, all to play for here. NIP need to force OT.
Have we seen this look before from Korea pushing up?
Not this deep, I don't think, no. He preempted with the paranoia there. Let's deal with the spy camp. Yeah.
He knows there's at least 1, maybe 2 players to his left. He's definitely heard enough steps to indicate that. But he's going to be a nuisance to clear. And I want to see Existence. I know the observers can't hear us right now, but I think Existence is setting this into play. So maybe if they get contact or he hears steps or something in the start, he might throw some utility in towards sewer. Yeah, it's exactly that. So it looks like to put Korea into a more proactive position. But this is still a dangerous fight. He's going to get not a clean 1v1 at all. He just about makes it away. That was a lot invested to that one position, and now he's in all kinds of danger, but it's not towards A. It's still a hit towards B. There's 3 players here. What is going on, Hypok?
The Seekers goes through and gives the information where you can see straight away Ascend react off the back of that. They pretty much know A site is open. Look at this now. Bone Cold also going to invest his from the shadows. That's all the way into hell. That's going to give them really good early control here.
Yeah, that's massive. No one can
Ooh,
play
he
towards the
played
site.
that
This is going to be an
stealth,
instantaneous retake position and posture. This is going to be Ascend now getting that spike planted. They'll be comfortable with this. There is a flank coming in from Existence, but that sewer position, especially coupled with that long pocket play coming out, is going to be hard to get past. There it is, but he actually gets one. Gets down Killer as Mentor once in on this. Does he get past him now? Already you can see Existence expecting there to be another player. Bullets now heard. He knows his players, but now here's that hit coming back in from heaven as well. Starkso goes down. Wait! NIP! They've actually done this! Golden Mentor's gonna have to clutch this out. He's got his ultimate online. He has to deny the defuse. He's gonna tank 1 hit on this. Backs off it, and Chihuahua's found him! NIP have taken this to OT.
crazy.
Wow. And right
Wow.
there, that was a crucial 1v1. Existence.
I'm kind of salty that they were like,
knows that Cold Mentor's going to be playing deep, but all of that time bought, it gives them the numbers advantage on site, and NIP just absolutely swarm back on, retaking control.
On Spike or view on Spike.
Fantastic.
Been a lot better.
Absolutely fantastic, but yeah, impeccable is the word.
I'm amazed he got 2 over it long there. Like, the first kill towards sewers, it's a favorable fight, I feel, to the player in sewers. I think you just get like a nicer peak to play with, but he still manages to double down. Now that's going to be, honestly, that's going to be a bit of a tilter for Ascend. I feel they're going to start maybe lacking a bit of that confidence that was setting with them. CNED needs to come online again. They need their boy to start delivering some of these kills, and he's been exemplary so far. 26 frags, but they kind of need it. Because, as said, the ninja's starting to turn up. Chihuahua's starting to find that form here. Existence finding a little bit of that spice himself in that previous round. So in we go. NIP this time, of course, starting out on the attack. It's 2 to close out. If NIP win this, 2 rounds in OT, GG, we're done. If Ascend win it, we're going to map 3. Let's find out as the ninjas are already in towards that B site.
Actually looking like they take control of A-Link as well. I'm actually going to back away because of the owl drone. Korea gonna find one through the smoke. Cold Mentor falls. CNED with that operator now in a 4v5 situation for Ascend. Gonna be really difficult for him to make that work.
You're hoping on that Omen big flank coming in from Bone Cold to find you some value, but Chihuahua's already getting paranoid about it. Rhymes found killers, the timing's better. Oh, Chihuahua kind of just in time. Bone Cold gets it. Now Bone Cold is a problem. Now they're tucked in towards the site. You do still have 1 player on that Sober. CNED's found Existence. Retake still on, but time's a factor. You gotta get moving. JD's found Bone Cold. And now here we go into the nitty-gritty of it. A 1v1. But timing's everything. CNED can't fight him. All you gotta do is live. He does the dance. He does the run. Rhymes alive. And he's gone and done him.
No time left on that one.
Damn.
NIP
It's
draw
just all
first
time
blood in
there.
overtime here. 13-12. What a fantastic round that was. Again, I think Ascend anticipating it was a B here. They were anticipating some heavy mid presence there, which is why Bone Cold took so long on that flank.
Switcheroo. Ascend, this has got to be heart-wrenching. This has got to be, you know, just such a hard game to play out right now because they had every advantage. They were sat on match point for so long. And you'd have to feel one of these rounds of clutch would have happened, but look at this mid play. Look how bold the ninjas are getting. They've got 4 people in middle just facing. Now Starkso can get some info, but I don't know how much he's going to find here. Nothing. They've actually dismantled this.
You know, whichever way they go back, because the sender stacks so heavily towards mid now, I mean, they're almost committed to go and sit. Yeah, they have to spend so much time if they come away from their current position. They have to hold strong right now. They have to anticipate NIP are pushing elsewhere.
Say that. How well prepared are they? It's shown presence through sewer, but not through long, and Rhymes now found Bone Cold. He's got to know there's more, and that Jet's in problems. They do make it away, but they're being bullied around this map. And look at this instantly. Raze goes, okay, show my presence today. I'm off. I'm getting ready to the next site. I'm heading towards B. I'm going towards C. I know where they're going. Gonna be steps heard. They're gonna hear this as well. CNED now tries to lead the way towards C. It's gonna be on Korea to buy the time. Presence coming up on long as well. He's gonna be surrounded here any second now, but Chihuahua powers through. Rhymes found killers. This looks all but over. CNED and Golden Mentor make it just 1. This has been some NIP classic magic coming out. Beautiful work from the boys.
What a fantastic response. NIP just, again, the masters of the pace change. Right there, Ascend just didn't have an answer for it. I'll be honest, they looked outclassed towards the back end of that half. NIP just so well equipped. That structure once again.
Look, she's stressed.
And like you said there, as soon as the presence is shown, they know exactly how to play that out. There's such a heavy stack towards mid. Ascend really investing an awful lot. As soon as they don't find value for that, it creates an even bigger task to then drift away from that setup.
That is some classic ninjas in pajamas magic. Look, if you aren't familiar with it in other games, welcome to it. All right, welcome to what you're about to be just absolutely in love with these guys for. But my heart does break a little for Ascend. They had two very close series, but I guess this is Masters, right? This is where the stakes are raised. Everyone here is good within their own right, and I think once again, I'd say people are arguing NIP were one of the leading teams in Europe, and they've been pushed by a team that looks very good as well. So Europe's top end, you know, top 6, top 8 teams are so damn good right now. Yeah, they are. And again, can't tell you, the first time I saw these guys play against FBX, I was very impressed. I said that there was more to see from them. I'm glad they're continuing with that form and, you know, actually improving game on game. Every time we see them come up, they're putting up good numbers. And actually, it's the kind of macro element to this team that really impresses me time and time again. All right. I don't even know if we're doing player of the match. I don't know what's going on. I was too focused on being excited about NIP, if I'm honest, so maybe production will tell me if we're doing player of the match. I'm sorry, production. I know you told me, but I wasn't listening because I was talking nonsense. But there you go. It is here. Head over to Twitter, guys. Get involved. Who do you think? I think Chihuahua's definitely up there for a shout on this. I don't know. There's a Rhyme as well, though. I mean, who do you go for? Who'd be your pick? Chihuahua. Seeing Cypher do things like that, it's just, it's fantastic. I know this has been a talking point time and time again, but the man had an insane series. All right, do you want... Why not? Why not we just, like, leave it with that? Because that was an incredible performance. Honestly, I'd love to hear from you guys at home. So, of course, head over to the socials. You saw the Twitter there. Get your votes in and, you know, let the players know what you think about them. You know, who was the most valuable player? I'm going to go wrap this one up because, honestly, I need some dinner. And I've heard that Tens is playing with Sentinels pretty soon. So I'm kind of excited for that. But before you even get there, we still have the interview, the analysis desk. So let's head over there in just a moment's time.
I mean...
Well,
I mean, who needs 10s when we've got Chihuahua? Who needs 10s, you know, when we've got...
Yeah, we get them nice, good stretches in, man. Things feel amazing. What do I do? Yeah, I'm high-key tired. I take a nap. Oh, thing. Alright, I'm probably about to end it. If you came and watched a little bit, thanks. It's always nice having you guys here. It's always nice enjoying this time together. I'll catch y'all later. I'll be back probably around 6, 7 o'clock. I'll probably get on stream a little bit. So I'll catch you guys. Make sure to follow Twitch, YouTube, subscribe to YouTube channel. I'm working on some things now, but um, there's my social media page. Make sure to follow all my socials: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'll be updating my Instagram. This is my personal Instagram, but um, I'm definitely gonna have like a gaming channel. Gaming, you know what I mean? More just clips of my games. I'm working on creating the clips now, so I'm gonna go through all my games that are recorded. So, but yeah, eventually I'll put my TikTok up here too. Follow my TikTok. So